Are you ready for the coming storm?
Free socks.
This is the emergency broadcast system. This is not a test. Repeat, this is not a test. Stay tuned for further instructions.
All personnel, report to the nearest tornado shelter.
No cap! No KKK! No fascist USA! No cap! We ain't here for this, ain't nothing. This is not a valid protest, man.
Hello, everyone. I'm Fernando, God's Prepared Warrior. Welcome to Tuesday morning. So, waking up today, so many things have happened since our live roundtable on Saturday, and so we can go to the headlines. We can see all of the things that are happening. Iran is ramping up to retaliate against Israel, and we have been told that in so many days that could happen. So we are waiting for that to happen, but in the meantime, so many things are happening. There are tensions in Israel, there are tensions down in that part of the world. And you might say, well, Fernando, that's over there. Yes, that is very true. Those things are happening over there, but the U.S. is sending they're sending jets over there, warships. They're sending troops over there because a battle is coming. And so this Saturday I talked about being the watchman on the wall, and that the watchman is supposed to speak out when he sees the enemy coming. And so I see the enemy coming. And so today's video is all about getting the word out that we need to begin as of Saturday to pray for this conflict. We know that yesterday U.S. troops in Iraq were wounded in a rocket attack on an airbase. So far that we know, there have been some that have been wounded, some that are critically wounded, and so these things are happening. The tension over there is getting immense, and it's so important for us as God's prepared warriors, as watchmen on the wall, to be in prayer for our troops, number one, to be in prayer for our leaders, number two, and number three, to be in prayer for this whole conflict that is happening. I tell you that because I want you to understand that while these things are happening over there, it's so important for us to be vigilant here where we are. Now, sources have said that there could be attacks from Iranian soldiers who have came into our country through the southern border. And so it's been said, there are sleeper cells just waiting to be activated so that they can wreak havoc here. One of the things that we talked about on Saturday is the riots that are happening in England, the riots that are happening in Venezuela. We're seeing all of these things happen, and it's so important for us to look at those things and to ask the question, what if that happens here? Am I ready for that? Part of being vigilant is taking those things into account and making sure that we are ready in the event that happens here where we are. what are some things that we should be doing, right? We should make sure that we have enough food, water, things like that we've been prepping. Yes, do those things. You should be prepping by going to the maybe your local academy, maybe your local Bass Pro Shop, and buying some recreational tools, all right, and arming yourself with them, and buying the smaller tools that go with it, right? And so because I want you to understand that even though that may be happening there, things might be happening here. Whether they do happen or they don't, I would rather be ready than not. And so you have a family to protect, and it's so important that you be that watchman on the wall, as we talked about Saturday in our live feed, and that you take care of your family. And so it's important to stock things, to prep for things, and to be vigilant to the things that are happening around you. As of right now, as me recording this video, we don't know what this is going to look like. We don't know if anything, if it even is going to go off. It is being said that Iran has nuclear weapons, and so we know that's being thrown around. We also know that there is a travel advisory for that part of the world, and it is at a level 4, and people are being told not to travel. People that are living in those places that are Americans are being told to leave from the area, because there is an attack that is going to happen soon. And so Iran continues to threaten that they are going to respond to Israel. And so it is important for us as God's prepared warriors to begin to pray for this situation. I had a conversation today, and I talked about prayer and how prayer is not something that we do as a religious ritual, but prayer is a weapon that was given to us by God to be used in spiritual warfare. Prayer is not this last-ditch effort of, well, you know, all we can do is pray. No, prayer is a first line of defense for us as Christians. And so I truly believe that if we as Christians join together in prayer for this situation, for our families, for our country, for our soldiers, for our leaders, that God would be moved to do something, right? You got to remember too that everything goes according to God's will, right? And we also talked about on Saturday how, you know, when we look at Revelation and things like that, because this looks like that, you know, it is supposed to happen, right? And so it doesn't take God by surprise. We just got to pray, right? We just got to pray, and we got to ask God to take control of that situation, and we give it to the Lord. He is the one who directs our steps. And so this video is just very simple. It is calling attention to you that we are on high alert. And, you know, I know the conflict is over there, but it can possibly kick off here in different scenarios. And so I just want to bring attention to all of you that you take the opportunity to take care of your family, stay vigilant to the things that are happening around you, situational awareness, right? Everyone should be in that mode, looking in your area to what are things that are happening, and be ready, right? That's all I'm saying for this video. I just want to encourage you that God is in control, and our job is to pray, and our job is to sound our voice of the things that are happening, bringing others to that awareness that things are happening, danger is coming forward, and we need to be ready. So I just wanted to come out today and share this video with you and just let you know that I'm praying for all of you. God bless you, and let us continue to pray for this situation. But let us gather together with our families and begin to plan things out, right? Sit down with each one of your family members and plan out. Are you bugging in or are you bugging out? If you're bugging out to a location, what are those routes? What is the A to B? And then what are the C, D, and E routes, just in case A and B doesn't work? Communication is so important. If communication goes down, what is your communication plan with your family? You got to work out those things, iron them out together, find out what are those plans. Is it having a ham radio or a GRMS radio? Is it what does that look like for you? What is that communication plan that you have? You may not have one. I would encourage you to look into GMRS radios. It is very simple to use. They already come programmed. You do have to get a license through the FCC for that. It is very simple. You go through their website and apply for the license, and then you pay $35 and you get your license the next day or two. It's that simple, and your license covers your whole family. That way you put together a communication plan for your family and for you in the event that you guys got to bug out. If you're bugging in, you still utilize that communication plan for you and your family if you don't live in the same area. But if you're in the same city or the same town, you're still able to communicate on those GMRS radios. So think about that plan. Think about your evacuation plan. Think about where you're going, if you're going to stay in or bug in or you're going to bug out. Think about all of those things. You're not the only one that's going to bug out. You're not the only one that's going to bug in. So make sure that if you stay in, you know that you maybe know your neighbors and maybe they're staying. Maybe you form a team to be able to keep watch of your neighborhood, right? What does all of that look like? Make a plan for your neighborhood. Talk to your neighbors. It's important to create teams and to work these things out together. So make sure you have those plans. Lastly, I want to close with this. Proverbs 18:10 says, "The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and is safe." This is a very short and simple verse to encourage you that God is our strong tower. He is our refuge. He is our rock. And we must rely on God for our everyday life. We got to keep praying. We got to keep trusting God. And we have to fall into His will, right? God is the one that's in control. God is the one that's fighting the battle. Let's follow Him. I think His lead is always going to be the best lead. My friends, I pray that you have a great day today and look forward to seeing you on the next video. God bless. God's Prepared Warrior out. Hey guys, this is Fernando, God's Prepared Warrior. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel.